Hi, this is Roger. Welcome to day 2 of the cleaning project. It's a reasonably early start, well, for 10 o'clock. It was a bit too cold out here earlier, but with the door open it sort of warms up to the lounge temperature reasonably quick. Now, the sprayer got used for the last time today, not the big sprayer, the small one, because the big one's still got the disinfectant, the Finalizing 20 in it, ready to go for today. But the mounts got sprayed today. That's the last time the sprayer gets used in here. From now on, everything gets watered the old way. We pick up each plant, give it a look over, you know, check for bugs, check for new growths, check for failing bulbs going rotten so that they can be dealt with quickly, all the right stuff basically, and keeping the water in my bowl. Not all over the floor and over the windows and all up the walls and everything, which is what the sprayer was doing. Hence the high humidity, basically. Combine that with the lower temps. Anyway, today we will work smarter because we did this yesterday and it was the first time. Well, this is the second time, so you learn from the first time. So the first thing you learn is instead of walking from there to here with the plants, we drag the shelf over to here and just lift them off, saving time, twisting, turning and walking. We learn. The other thing we've learnt is this is my disinfectant bucket for the floor, but it's also what I use to dip my cloth in to wipe the plastic. So we learn. The water got dirty quite quickly from the floor. So what we will do today is we will wipe down all the plastic first and do the floor last. These little things, that's all it is. It's just, you know, you do it once and you sort of think, could I do that better? Well, yes, we flipping can. But this is going to be the hard bit. As I've said, these shelves are joined together. At least I believe they are. Actually, well, if they are, I can't see the join. Maybe I didn't. Well, if those are two separate shelves, my life gets much easier, much quicker. No, this shelf is dragging the other one, so it's joined somewhere. I'm blowed if I can see where. There's obviously a join somewhere. There's something linking these two together. And I can't see it. It's not at the top, or they wouldn't move apart. And it's not down this side either. But it's... Ah! Talk about silly. It's these. It's the fact that the feet are stood in those trays. As I move one, it's dragging the other one. So these two are not joined together. That's now going to make my life an awful lot easier. Oh, that's one good thing. So anyway, we will carry on. What I've done is cleared my table off, and I'll get this stuff off of here so that I've got all of that and that and that, and we won't actually be using that table. We'll be using that on that table, which gives me at least twice as much space to put the plants in, because obviously there's an awful lot of plants going on here. But now that I know that it's two shelves, obviously there's only one shelf load of plants to get off at a time. Yeah, we'll carry on. I'm pleased with that. There is a possible change in weather, so I do need to crack on. Now, I think this first bit that I'm doing now is not going to take me long, and if it doesn't take me long and doesn't stretch my back or anything like that, I might carry on and start over there as well, leaving less to do on the last day. Not definite, but a possible. So we need to crack on, and we've got a few easier things now, having put a bit more thought into it. Yeah. Pleased with it so far, and quite honestly it can only get better. If you look over here, this plastic over here hardly needs a wipe off. It's clean. It's much cleaner than the other side. So this is just a quick wipe over. It's not going to take long at all. The other side I had to scrub, and as you can see up up here it's dirtier. So yeah, there's a bit more work to do in that side of things, but up here it's clean. It just needs the slightest wipe over. So I think this first session today is not going to take me long at all, and if it doesn't, I might try and continue. And with a following wind, I might get the whole lot done today, done and dusted. We shall see. Anyway, holding the camera in my hand and waffling is not getting the work done, is it? So we need to get on. Right, day 2, finished cleaning and floors and walls and all that sort of stuff for today, and I've done what I wanted to do, which is half of what's left, so that leaves me the far corner to do. But Postman Pat interrupted play. I wasn't expecting this until tomorrow, but we'll have it while it's going. No guessing for what's in it, but, we'll get it out of the box and have a look. Perhaps plug it in and see what happens. Right, so this is it. I assume it's assembled and ready to go. We'll have a look at the instructions and see what it says. Instructions. Right, UK and Ireland. Description, safety precautions, how it works, product features. Right, we'll worry about that if we need to. Most of the time things like this are obvious and the instructions are just stating it, like stating the bleeding obvious. And the time you need them is when you come up against problems and things don't seem as they should be. So, let's have a look then. Aha. Right, let's plug it in and see what happens. I'll plug it in up here for now. Right, power, city light. 3 speeds. Right, let's find out what the other buttons are for then. Right, so we got E, power button. F, where's F? There, that's the ionizer. Night lights, we don't need that. Filter reset button. Filter service indicator light. That's that one. Speed controls, we've already found that. And J is the filter, which is obviously inside, so we don't need to worry about that. Now this works from a bottom up principle, so it sucks in air 360 degrees at the bottom, pushes it through the filter and the ionizer, and puts out the clean air out the top. Again 360, although it does seem to be going mainly upwards. So yeah, these things are very difficult to see if they're actually doing anything, because you can't see the particles that are getting filtered. They're too small. It's the whole point, basically. Permanent filters can be vacuumed every few months for easy cleaning. Optional ionizer naturally improves performance and helps freshen the air. What an ionizer does is it attracts particles to make larger particles, which means that although this isn't a true, what do you call it, HEPA filter, is that what they call them? No, HEPA type. It's a HEPA type filter, which is not as good as the real thing. But with an ionizer, it's not far off, because the old ionizer makes for larger particles by clumping them together, which this filter can then deal with in the main. So do not attempt to wash the unit under running water. It's electric, but there's people daft enough to do that sort of thing, I'm sure. Do not use ionizer for long periods of time, as this can cause blackening of walls if the filters are not regularly cleaned. Well, we shall see how it goes. Instructions on how to take out the filter to clean it. So I need to keep these, because these are not just plug in and press on. It has actually got some useful information in, so we'll hang on to that, keep it safe somewhere. Now, although I plugged that in and it's working, which is all I really wanted to check, it can't stay there at the moment because I've still got the other quarter of the cleaning to do, and I need these surfaces. That worked well today with all these surfaces clear. What I actually did was I cleaned the first set of shelves with the plants on here, and then I used that first set of shelves to put the plants from the other shelves on. Yeah? So that I didn't have to bend down and put stuff on the floor. And I shall use the same principle tomorrow. Let's get the camera off because we've done with that now. Right. When we come round to tomorrow, I will start with these shelves, which are not actually very dirty apart from lower down. Take that outside, get it cleaned off, and all those plants that are on there will go here. Yeah? Then these shelves will be clean. So all the plants that are on those shelves can go here and possibly here for the smaller ones, and the rest can go on the clean shelves over here out the way while I deal with those two shelves and get the job done. But it certainly shows how dirty the floor's got, doesn't it? When you look at the bit that I've cleaned compared with the bit that I haven't cleaned. So this floor's dirty. So that's doing it the world of good as well, cleaning that up. This plastic just needed the lightest of wipe overs and it was done. This one will need a bit more work. So it's tidy up time now, basically. I've finished work, but I need to get ready for tomorrow morning. So we've got to clean the mop, give the cloth a wash, and rinse the bucket out and get that clean, ready for tomorrow when we'll start with some fresh clean water. I don't think I will have enough liquid in the sprayer to do these 3 shelves here, so I might have to mix up a little bit more for the large sprayer just to finish off, but it won't be much. So we've done okay, it's going quite nicely, and yeah, I'm certainly pleased with the result. And then all we've got to do really is basically try and keep it a bit cleaner, which I think will naturally happen. We've got to get rid of the moss trays. They need to go outside because they're adding to the humidity all the time. And if the birds take some of it, so be it. There's plenty there. And then I need to hopefully I've got some empty trays, because the thing is, these trays did serve a purpose. They allowed me to spray the mounts and not drip on the floor. Well, if I'm going back to watering the mounts naturally, where am I going to put them to drip? Yeah? So these trays did actually serve a purpose, you see. So getting rid of them leaves me a problem because the mounts are going to drip on the floor. So I think what I'm going to have to do is do a rack at a time, water them, let them drip on the floor, and then wipe the floor. Keep a cloth that I can soak up the water with after they finish dripping. Now it's a little bit of extra work, and who knows, I might be able to use my mop to just do that bit of the floor, because it is a sponge on the end after all. It should soak up water. So although I have found with these type of mops, if they're bone dry, they don't soak up water. you've got to dunk them in water and like reactivate them. Anyway, that'll do, and as I say, I'll crack on again tomorrow. I don't feel as though I've done an awful lot today, so I don't suspect I'll have any back or knee issues tomorrow, on the grounds that, yeah, I've kept up. You know, if you see what I mean. I've been upright most of the time. There is some bending involved, but not a huge amount. There's no lifting of heavy stuff, and it's going okay. So one last hurdle to get finished off, and we should be there. And as I said, there's lots of stuff not where it should be. It's out of the way at the moment, so that I've got a place to put the plants. But we'll get everything back where it should be tomorrow, with any luck, and finish off. But yeah, it's things like this. You know, if I water that, if I put it back up there, it's going to drip. You know, so we may have to do away with that and just go back to just using these racks and see how we go. But that's another time, not today. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.